Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so the last topic I think I had taught you about the properties of square numbers, right? Yes. So I hope you all have understood it. I had also informed that if you come up with any of the doubts, kindly please send it in the comments box below. I will solve it. And then we went through a few questions also. So today, let's start with a fresh topic. It's patterns in square numbers. So today we'll be learning few patterns. Patterns are really very interesting, you know. Patterns are really very interesting. So today we'll be going with patterns. Patterns in square numbers. Okay, so let's see what is the first pattern. Let's start. Okay. So the first pattern is adding triangular numbers. Do you remember triangular numbers? Do you know what are triangular numbers? Okay, let me explain it. Triangular numbers, numbers whose dot patterns can be arranged as a triangle. That means if you take 3, it's a triangular number because if you take 3 dots, they can form a triangle, right? That means the number of vertices basically. Now, if I take 9, what about 9? Can 9 form a triangle? We'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This also here. 8, 9. See, it's going to form a triangle. So even 9 is a triangular number. So the first pattern is related to triangular numbers. Numbers whose dot patterns can be arranged as triangles. Let's see what's it. If we combine two consecutive triangular numbers, we get a square number like 1 plus 3. Triangular numbers because see 1 you can take it as a triangle. If we combine two triangular numbers, two consecutive, it should be next triangular numbers like 1 and 3 are consecutive triangular numbers. Consecutive triangular numbers. Okay, so when we add, we get a square number. 3 plus 6, 9. 9 is also a square number. 6 plus 10, 16. 16 is also a square. So it's very simple. Let me come up with one more example. For example, should I think? See 3 plus 6. They are both triangular numbers. When we add them, we are getting 9, a square number. I hope you have understood. If you have not understood, then you know what's this. Comments box. It's always available, right? Let's go with the second pattern. Adding odd numbers. The sum of first and odd numbers is equal to n squared. That means if there are first, let's see. 1 is an odd number, 1 square. 1 plus 3. They are consecutive odd numbers. Consecutive odd numbers. Okay, consecutive. It's a very common word which I had used in the last class. That's next to next. Consecutive odd numbers. 1 plus 3. Sum of first two odd numbers is equal to 4, which is 2 square. 1 plus 3 plus 5 is equal to 9, is equal to 3 square. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. So how many times odd numbers are there? How many odd numbers are there? 4. So we are going to take 4 square. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will be 5 square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will be 6 square. But it should start from 1. Always. Now if I have, let's take an example and explain 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13 plus 15 plus 17 plus 19 plus 21. And we have to find. In order to add like this, what are you going to do? Count how many numbers we have used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it will be 11 square 121. Sum is done. Very simple, right? It seems to be like a match. Okay, next, the third pattern. I hope you have understood the first and the second pattern. Let's move on to the third pattern. Patterns are really very interesting. The second pattern states that if a natural number cannot be expressed as the sum of successive or natural numbers starting with 1, then it is not a perfect square. That means if you are going to take a number 35, you have to check whether it's a perfect square or not. So this is the thing. You have to go 35 minus 1. The first odd number you have to subtract. What will be 34. Then the second thing you will subtract it with the second odd number 3. 31. 31 minus 5. 20. 26. 26 minus 7. 1357. We are going with the next odd number. So we are going to subtract it. What will be the answer? 19. 19 minus 9. 10. 10 minus 11. Minus 1. 10 minus 11 is minus 1. So is the answer going to be 0? No. No. At last you have to get 0. We are getting minus 1. That means 35 is not a perfect square. Understood? It's not a perfect square. This shows that we are not able to express 38 as the sum of consecutive odd numbers starting with 1. Same thing as the sum of consecutive odd numbers, right? We are not able to express it. So also 38 is not a perfect square. That's what 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. You have to subtract and check. That's the third pattern. We'll go with the fourth pattern. A sum of consecutive natural numbers. Yes, if we add two natural numbers, we can get a perfect square. You want to see how? So 9 square. Okay, don't get confused, please. Okay, so 9 square is equal to 81. 81 can be expressed as the sum of 40 plus 41. See, two consecutive natural numbers. Then if you have to go with 225, whose square is it? 115 square. It's going to be 112 plus 113. See, two consecutive natural numbers. When you're going to add it, it's going to be the square number. You have to find it. Okay. The product of two consecutive even or natural. That means 11 into 13 is how much? 143. Okay, I'm not here to confuse you all with going with many patterns to all together. So I hope you have understood the first pattern, adding triangular numbers. The second is adding odd numbers. The third is if a natural number cannot be expressed, then you have to go with the repeated subtraction method and check it. And fourth is the sum of consecutive natural numbers. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you come up as any of the doubts, please type it in the comments. Thank you.